going to do this?
Stay focused.
Dragon Howl! Yo! Shadow Flare!
Leave it to me!
Yeah! Ha-ha!
Okay! Let's fight!
Well, let's do it! Ha!
Alrighty!
Shadow Flare!
Tear into pieces. Tear into pieces. We have a
Leave it
full
to
score
me.
with this.
Heads up!
Oh, practice!
Shouldn't you run away?
Power Beam!
Shadow Flare!
Tear into pieces.
How's this?
Unexpectedly weak.
Heads up!
Well, let's do it!
Power Beam!
Shadow Flare! Dragon Howl!
Power Beam!
It was okay.
Let's fight!
Well, let's do it!
Power Beam! Star Flare!
Shadow Flare!
Unexpectedly weak.
Trust me! The law of the jungle.
Okay, okay! I won't lose.
I'm not scared.
Ta! Ha! Ta!
Shadow flare. Right is right.
Heads up.
Well, let's do it.
Shouldn't you run away? Ha!
Shadow flare.
Ta! Ta! Ha!
It
was okay.
Is power. I did it.
The enemy!
I'm coming.
We're out of
run.
here! This is bad. Here's the enemy.
Be careful.
Tear into pieces!
Shadow flare.
Tear into pieces! Ha! Looks like we won. Strahd has advanced forward.
Okay!
Are we really going to do this?
Be careful.
Dragon Howl! Dragon Howl!
Redemption!
Ha! Ha!
Well,
Unexpectedly
natural
wrong.
result. I did it!
Heads up. I'm coming. Catch me.
Dragon Howl! Dragon Howl!
Redemption!
Tear into pieces! Ha!
Now.
Ha! Ha! Ha!
Leave it to
Unexpectedly
me.
weak.
Okay, okay.
pieces! Tear into pieces! Tear into
Shadow
pieces!
Flare!
Ha! Ha!
Are
Was
you
it
okay? Heads up, go!
Dragon Howl! Dragon Howl!
Bang!
Tear into
Shadow
pieces!
Flare!
Dragon Howl!
Bang!
Dragon Howl! Tear into pieces! It was okay!
Gonna lose.
The enemy!
Well, let's do it.
How's this? How's this?
Fantastic!
Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
Leave
Looks
it
like
to
we
me!
won.
Let's fight!
It's a monster!
Dragon Howl!
Bang! Bang!
Ha!
Bang!
Ha!
Bang!
Shadow Flare!
Bang! Bang! Yeah!
Natural.
My strength!
Trust me!
Okay! Are you ready?
Be careful! Let's
Let's
get out of
run.
here!
Let's fight!
Well, let's do it.
Let's
Let's
get out of
run.
here!